Hi guys, welcome back to UG Update. So guys, let's talk about the Jhanak series guys, and we'll be talking about an interesting episode that's about to go down in the Jhanak series. On this episode, let's find out what Anirudh is about to promise Arshi. But before I continue into the video, please don't forget that this is still UG Update. In case you are yet to subscribe to UG Updates, please click on the subscription button and subscribe. Don't also forget guys to give the video a thumbs up. Alright guys, let's dive straight into the video. So guys, the episode starts with Vinayak saying it's an emergency, she has taken sleeping pills. Then Arshi is taken inside. He fills the form while Anirudh takes Chotan aside. Daddy says I will end her Suhugan act today. Then Jhanak says my mom isn't alive, don't say anything about her. I wanted to go but no one allowed me. Then Daddy says so what, you did wrong. Chotan says Annie, don't worry. Arshi will get fined and she will get discharged. Then Anirudh says problem can get bigger. He shows the note and then Chotan reads, Jhanak is responsible for my death. Anirudh says I didn't show this note to anyone, but Chotan then says you did right. How can Arshi write this? Then Anirudh says I feel bad, what shall I do? Chotan then says let me think. Jhanak says the villagers forced us, this marriage is a lie. Truth is that Saji loves Arshi and wants to marry her. Then she cries. She says, don't say this again and again. You are also a woman. Understand my pain. Don't insult me. Daddy shouts, shut up. Stop your drama. Then the nurse asks who is from Arshi's family. Anirudh and Vinayak ask her to say. The nurse says we have to detox her body and then you can take her. She is still sleepy. She can talk to you after treatment. Shoaib says that's a big relief. Then Vinayak says I feel we should have postponed the marriage. Anirudh says, don't worry, I will take care of her. This time will pass. Then Vinayak says, I want to request you as a dad, never hurt Arshi again. Anirudh says, trust me, I won't hurt her. I love her. Then Vinayak thanks him. Then Chotan thinks, does Annie know what love is? You are just trying to make your relation alive. I'm sure you just love Jhanak. Apu asks Daddy not to scold Jhanak, while Anjana says they will understand everything one day. Just wait for that day, Jhanak. Daddy gets angry and says I will see, and then she goes. Apu and Anjana consoles Jhanak and then Arshi comes. Anirudh says I'm with you while Shruti says we don't want your help. We will take Arshi. They all argue. Arshi wakes up and says I'm tired and want to go home. Shruti says we will go while Tanuja says I'm sorry from my son's side. Anirudh says I want to be with Arshi. Don't cry Arshi, you are very important for me. I totally understand you are hot. Shruti says you got married in the temple is not a small thing. So he says it's not a big thing. I don't value that marriage. It was a lie. Arshi knows me well. I'm not that bad. I didn't do anything intentionally. He says, Arshi, you know I didn't cheat you. Then Arshi cries. Vinayak says Basu family is with us in our bad time. Shruti tried to understand. Then Shruti says this should have not happened. Anirudh says we were helpless to do it. You all were questioning Jhanak. Tanuja then says you helped her. So he says I had no choice. I didn't have courage to tell anyone. Jhanak and I also felt bad doing that. Then Arshi says stop it. I don't want to know how much who felt bad. Who didn't tell me many truths. I don't want to know. He says fine, it's okay. Then she says I will come in Annie's car, Mom. Shruti says I knew it, you will come in his words and melt. He is cheating you. Bibacha and Tanuja says we will go and erase Janak's marriage signs. Then Chotan says we should go home. Arshi needs rest. Tanuja says come with Annie in the evening. Go home and take rest. Then get Shruti when you come. She says Shruti, I accept my son's mistake but he met Jhanak because of you all. Shruti says yes, but I didn't ask him to get Jhanak home. We have always ignored her, but he showed interest in her. Shoaib says, I promise you all this will end tonight. We will do as you say. Shruti then says, I don't want Anirudh and Arshi to get into trouble. I want Jhanak to get married to her real husband. Then Anirudh says, I have no problem if you want to get her married to a nice guy. Then Arshi says, we have to end her marriage. Tanuja says yes, while Vinegar says, we should go now, and they leave. At home, Shoaib stops Jhanak and says we will start buffet system. Everyone will take their food. Then Tanuja says you want to trouble us, go to your room. Jhanak argues, and then Daddy says we have to go to Ganga Ghat and end that walk. Bibaja asks Jotan, why are you shocked? He asks, what work do you have there? Daddy says it's not related to you. Jhanak then worries. Archie says, I love you, Annie. I want to spend a good life with you. Is this my mistake? I have always stayed loyal to you. Is this my mistake? Anirudh says, no, trust me. I want the same. I know I broke your trust. I truly love you. Whatever you saw isn't true. He hugs her and he thinks of Jhanak. Then he says, I will never break your trust. He sees Jhanak in her and then he gets back. She asks what happened. Why are you shocked? So he says nothing. She says, it means I saw wrong. He says, no, I felt you are weak. You can fall sick again. So she says, I won't fall sick if I'm with you. He says, I know you need rest. Sit. But she says, I'm fine. Then he says, don't do that again. I nearly died. She asks why, because you would come in my problem. He says, no, why did you do this? Am I so bad? I truly love you. Then she asks, really? Your love didn't change for me. So he says, no. He sees Jhanak smiling and then Arshi hugs Anirudh. He thinks, what is happening? Don't leave me, Arshi, please. Arshi says, I really love you, Annie. Then he says, I love you too. Wow. This is Anirudh making promises of love to Arshi. Guys, please drop what you think about these promises and what is Anirudh really doing. Guys, please drop what you think on the comment section. And as you do that, please don't forget, guys, that this is still UG Updates. In case if you are yet to subscribe to UG Updates, please click on the subscription button and subscribe. Don't also forget, guys, to give the video a thumbs up. Alright, lovelies, that will be a wrap. Thank you guys for watching up to this point. I really love you guys, and I'll see you guys on my next video.